My name is Flynn Seddon, and I'm the technical representative for the Canadian Snowboard Federation here at the 2015 Canada Winter Games, and I'm also the president of the British Columbia Snowboard Association. And I'm here working at Tabor Mountain with the Canada Winter Games and the crew at Tabor, helping them build the competition venues, the snowboard cross or snow cross, slopestyle venue, and halfpipe.
My name is Jeff Ihaksi. I'm a technical advisor for the FIS on the World Cup Tour. I've been doing it for quite a while. I started racing way back in the day in 92, 93, and I started building in 96. So, counting back, it's 17 years. So if I haven't gotten pretty good at something by now, it's, I should have given up a long time ago.
Hi, my name is Meryeta. I am Tabor Mountain's pro rider. I'd like to thank them for this incredible opportunity for making my dreams come true and all the possibilities that they're giving me. My sponsor is Richard Stewart at Heather Sadler Jenkins.
One thing that's really unique here at Tabor Mountain is just the long sort of story. We had to, Prince George had to put a bid in for the Canada Winter Games. Part of that process was to come out and identify certain areas, and we looked at different resorts, and every resort had a good and suitable runs, but here at Tabor we really had a decent run to start with. It was a very wide run that had been sort of overgrown with poplars and different things, so it was very easy to expand the run size back to the old growth which existed in prior years. Other resorts are rocky and have a lot of different types of challenges.
When I first got involved, it was actually not too long ago. It was just October. A friend of mine, Flynn Seddon, who was on the advising committee for Canada Winter Games, asked me to come up and take a look, and the resort owner, Fern, had some questions about what would be a good venue or not, and he showed me this hill, and I just said to him, "You're spot on. This is a really, really good spot."
With training, it's going to be so ready so early in the year. I'm not going to have to worry about not being prepared for races. We are making this track so it can be from people 10 years old and up. So we have a range of ages. It's difficulty, so we're only building certain things out of dirt so we can help mold it out of snow.
Everything's just been falling into place here at Tabor Mountain just unbelievably. It starts off really with the work and the commitment from Fern and Mitch Thibault. Those guys put a huge amount of work and energy single-handedly to prep this run.
We just had to find a starting zone and have a little bit of vision between everyone, because it was a deactivated run, so we had to basically reactivate the run.
And really a big thing compared to other resorts is, it's dirt. This whole run is, there's no big huge sheets of granite, there's no veins of huge rocky material. It's just been a treat.
As for gradients and everything, it works really, really well. We have a flat open start that's long, which is something that's very favorable on even the World Cup Tour, and we have a tighter section in the middle, so in snowboard cross, the tighter sections actually create a lot of passing.
To do this project at another resort, for example, like Big White Ski Resort, it would be virtually impossible. Our resort in Kelowna, it's a lot of granite and a lot of sheet rock, so there's 30-40 meter patches of giant rock. And it would just be cost prohibitive to be able to do that in those resorts.
And then towards the bottom it really opens up, and it's not a steep grade. It's just it's one that's undulating slopes, which is good and which you want.
So this at Tabor has just been amazing. There's no blasting, there's no heavy earthwork as far as moving rock is concerned, and it's just made the job that much simpler. It just seems like everything is just fitting into place perfectly here for this build.
The ability for Prince George 2015 and Fern and Mitch, the owners of Tabor Resort, here to put together the course that we have on the resort is quite substantial.
There's not a lot of people involved. It's a small crew. Decisions are made on the spot, quickly executed. Fern and Mitch, they're great at operating the machinery. Jeff Ihaksi has a great vision. The run that we looked at and shows, is just well suited to snowcross and building this type of structure. So, like I say, it's I think, I don't know, it might be one in a lifetime. It's hard to say. And everything's just been falling into place. I mean, the support from the Canada Winter Games, the support from Finning to help with the equipment, the expertise from, probably the best snowboard ski cross builder, Jeff Ihaksi, in the world, to be able to come out and find the time to work on this project with us.
Time and energy, it won't save a lot of time and energy. It's all going to be the same time and energy to build these features. It'll save a little bit in cat time for pushing the snow, but what it does for us is it makes us be able to open up at the beginning of the year. Opposed to waiting till the middle of the year or making snow, this allows us to open with 2 feet of snow on these, right?
There has been earthworks in different degrees at resorts over the years. They do earthwork for some terrain park features to make jump mounds and stuff. But it's really the first time that we've gone to this extent to make the shape in dirt as we would in snow.
We're doing something really that hasn't been done, and we're with partnership of the support of Finning and Canada Winter Games and the effort of the resort operators, which are super excited about snowboard cross.
So when you look at some of these dirt structures, it's really hit home for me to understand that all of this shapes and all of these forms you see made out of dirt, that's the amount of natural snow or snowmaking you would need to produce this course on this particular slope.
With snowboard cross and skier cross, it's it takes a substantial amount of snow and energy to basically build them over and over again year after year. So what we're doing here is we're creating what takes the bulk of the snow out of dirt, and then we're going to put layer, basically the course is going to get layered with snow. The dirt structure is going to be already in place, which will make it economical to operate not only this year but years and years and years to follow.
So the concept is that, this dirt shaping and creating this base very close to the actual competition course is going to save the resort energy and money and time in the future. So hopefully it's going to pay for itself. It's permanent in its shape, but you are still able to add features out of snow in between the corners and the jumps and the straight sections. So you can modify it, quite easily from year to year to year.
It's proven like at resorts such as Whistler Blackcomb and Big White, those are just to name a couple in the relative areas, as well as, Powder King up north. And they put snowboard cross and ski cross tracks in every year over year, and run in their own events. They're highly successful because it's not something that, it's just restricted to the upper elite, the echelon. You can detune the courses, you can move the start down and alter the speed, so it's family fun and friendly. And if you go up, say Whistler Blackcomb on any given day, there's families lining up in the start gate racing each other down, and it's something that they've embraced. And moving forward, it's going to lead to the success of the resorts.
What it allows is it just allows the resort probably to make the best possible course on the slope that they have, and then it's there permanently, and hopefully that's the concept. I can't wait to go to Tabor Mountain to ride the Tabor Mountain course. I love it, and that's kind of the concept. So I've never been to Prince George a lot, but now over the past 3 or 4 years, I've been up quite a bit. And I think the biggest thing is, the proximity of Tabor Mountain to town is a bonus. It's 25 minutes, 20 minutes.
And I think Prince George here has got it all. This is Tabor Mountain, which is it's a nice resort that's just 15 minutes drive outside of Prince George, and it has night skiing.
The air access from Vancouver to Prince George is phenomenal. You have Air Canada and you have WestJet. It's an hour flight, so it's a perfect hub, Vancouver.
I think the Canada Winter Games are going to help motivate Prince George to let it become a little bit more cleaner. It's going to really invite more tourists to come in, helping businesses.
And, the community itself, and that's what I keep kind of reiterating to the Canada Winter Games Committee, is that, I really think the community of Prince George has a heck of an opportunity with this venue and this legacy to host national championships, training camps for skiing and snowboard cross. And, there's just a really good opportunity for the city or the community to get involved. There's no accommodation yet here at Tabor, so it allows all of the accommodation to take place in the city.
When the athletes come from other parts of the country, I think they're going to be pleasantly surprised at what they see.
It brings people to the actual city of Prince George. It's not like they're coming and staying at the ski resort and never wandering into town. There's a direct relationship with any event that you do, national championships, provincial championships, World Cups potentially, where the city will be directly involved, and that's always been something I think is great.
It's going to help the athletes of basically every winter sport go even that one step further in their career, helping them get noticed by bigger teams, bigger sponsors.
Everyone in Prince George needs to kind of get into it and understand that, this is a big deal. Canada Winter Games are known to be larger sporting events, winter sporting events than the Olympics. So there's going to be more athletes, more sports taking place, and we're looking for volunteers and people from the community to come out. We need officials and gatekeepers and people to help set up the fencing, and so there's a really good opportunity for the people of Prince George to get involved and take part in the Canada Winter Games.
They're going to love BC in general just because of the different climates and the varying types of mountains and lakes and everything that BC has. And
yeah, I mean, it's super. You fly to Vancouver and you fly up to the airport, and they've got excellent accommodation in Prince George, and it's just a really easy thing. It's a nice drive. It's not a rugged wilderness mountain type drive from the city to the resort. It's a great drive on Highway 16. It's 25 minutes out of town. You got your gas station on the way, and it's perfect. At the end of your training or your competition, all the officials and all the support staff and the families can go back to the city of Prince George and have their dinner and stay in their place and meet up and hang out, and that's exactly the way it's going to be for the 2015 games in the next couple of years. It's just going to be a great community thing, and I think everybody who comes here from across Canada is just going to be amazed with Prince George and the ski resorts here.
It's a top quality facility, and I think once people see it and hear about it, I think you're not only going to get people from Thunder Bay, but I think there's going to be people traveling from the United States and everywhere coming to Prince George.
What we're creating here is you have a world-class builder, probably the best builder, Jeff Ihaksi. He's done the Torino, he's done the Olympics in Vancouver, he's asked to go to Russia, he's involved in Seoul, Korea in 2018. You're going to have one of the best courses probably in the world, in one of the best slopes or runs that we've chosen for it. And it's going to be world caliber.
And by doing the dirt work, and laying it out in a way that it has flow, it's also going to promote the sport, because the more of these things that we do, the more they're in place, the more kids that will get exposed to sport, and in the end, on Safe Canada, that will ultimately lead to more people competing at the higher levels, and hopefully some kids from Prince George here will be cheering them on in the Olympics to come.
I want to thank Flynn, Jeff, and Finning for helping out as much as they can, giving us all the support and doing all that they are.
This is a legacy for the northern communities, and it's also a great legacy for British Columbia. So one of the things we really want to do, unlike other major events that have taken place in British Columbia over the last years, is maintain a legacy. This resort's not going to put this energy and this money into this project and then just let it go the next year after the game's done and wash their hands of it. I mean, the owners, Mitch and Fern, you know, they are as dedicated and as passionate as you can get to creating a legacy for the communities up here, for all of the North and all of British Columbia. And it's unlike most resorts or any resorts I've really had involvement with in the past. So, you know, we're all super excited and we're super pumped, and you know, we're just, it's amazing.